Hello and welcome back to our Think and Grow Rich series. We are going to be discussing the sixth major cause of failure according to Napoleon Hill in his timeless classic, Think and Grow Rich. Now, if you've been watching with us like for the past 5 days, you will have caught up on our series. So we touched on the first 5 major causes of failure. If you're new here, please make it a point to go and check out the other videos so that you can be caught up and so that you can understand where we are and that we're all flowing together in the same train of thought. Now, you can watch these things individually. However, I think it would benefit you to make sure that you watch this series in its entirety. February was a month that I decided to dedicate myself to making short videos on the major causes of failure. So I hope that you will just stick with me throughout this month and explore my thoughts along with me and also share yours as well, because I am keen to learn and eager to exchange ideas with other people who are out there. I think there is so much that I can learn from people and from books as well. So having said that, let's get to it. Major cause number 6 is ill health. No person may enjoy outstanding success without good health. Many of the causes of ill health are subject to mastery and control. These in the main are: A. Overeating of foods not conducive to health. B. Wrong habits of thought, giving expression to negatives. C. Wrong use of and overindulgence in sex. D. Lack of proper physical exercise. E. An inadequate supply of fresh air due to improper breathing. Okay. So, one thing that I find that has, at least for me, that is important this year is, as is every year, but more so for some reason still unknown to me, is health. More so physical health. The older we get, the more our body changes, and what we thought worked for us in terms of exercise, in terms of food, keeps on changing, and we have to change along with it and not just think that applying the same diet and applying the same exercise will always, keyword always, work. As you get older, as I'm finding, Sorry, so I didn't realize that I got cut off earlier. I will continue with my train of thought. As we get older, I realize that not the same type of diet, not the same type of exercise works as it did in the past. So I have to keep on adjusting as I get older. So I think one thing that I do want to emphasize is that he's saying that many of the causes of ill health are subject to mastery and control. So we're talking about things that we can control and not things that are beyond our control. And the things that he listed are overeating of foods not conducive to health. Obviously, I think for me, that's obvious that we're supposed to regulate our portion, the portion of things that we should eat, and also the quality of the things that we eat. So maybe perhaps eating more homemade food, quality homemade food, not just like craft dinner or hamburger helper every day. Like, take the time to learn how to make quality balanced meals. Wrong habits of thought, giving expression to negatives. Obviously, let's change this and give expression to more positive thoughts. And if we have trouble with this, perhaps reading self-help books that will help us change our habits of thinking, perhaps seeking therapy to combat the things that are the garbage that's in our brain that keeps on coming up, and we have no solution or understanding of why that is there. Wrong use of and overindulgence of sex. Now, this was particularly very interesting to me, but I will just say, like, I'll be completely honest, and these are my own personal opinions. Take it as you will. Personally, I find, like, for example, watching things that are nasty, that online or on tape or on Twitter, if you know, you know. Perhaps not having the type of intimacy where where your partner is enjoying that type of intimacy, not having intimacy within the bounds of marriage. And I will stick to that point 10 toes deep. I think it is beneficial for everybody to wait until marriage, and perhaps I'll talk about this later on, perhaps I won't, but for now that's where I stand. And overindulgence in sex, I think, like, people who overindulge in sex, they usually have issues that they need to address, that, and they are using sex as a coping mechanism or an escape mechanism. And this is a very broad topic, and I know it requires, like, a deep dive, which I'm not going to do today because our focus is in organized planning and addressing causes of failure. If Napoleon Hill had the sense to put it in his book, there is a reason for everything. So it's not just about, oh, what is Wellspring? What is the Wellspring channel talking about here? Hey, Napoleon Hill said it first. Okay? Lack of proper physical exercise. Work your body out. And I think I've talked about this. Inadequate supply of fresh air due to improper breathing. Like, due to improper breathing, what does that even mean? I'll put a spin-off on my understanding on what I think it means. I think it means just we are in places where there are major cities or metropolises, and, like, you know, there's a lot of air pollution around us. So for us to I think properly, like, we don't know the effects of the pollutants around us are causing, like, in terms of how we think and how we perform in life. So taking regular nature breaks, I think, help clarify the mind and enable us to just have a different perspective on life and our approach to the problems or to the challenges that affect us in our places of work, our homes, our relationships, our businesses, and so on and so forth. Even our health, our actual, like, physical health. So personally, for me, I love being out in nature. I always have been. Everyone in my family loves being out in nature. So it's just, no pun intended, it comes naturally to me to love being in nature. It helps me. I find myself being refreshed and having better connections with people, understanding my thoughts, hearing my thoughts, because I'm not distracted by the things that are going on around me. I'm not being overstimulated by television. I'm not being overstimulated by social media, like, because I have disconnected, I have unplugged, I have done everything, right? So I am existing in the world with nature, and there's just a quietness and a peace that comes to the mind that I appreciate and that I cherish. So that's my spin off. That's my spin on what he's talking about in the subpoint E. So in this channel, I like talking about the solutions to combat us from failing. So what are the ways that we can success? we can succeed in life. It's having a healthy diet, cooking home balanced, healthy home cooked meals, or if we're eating out, we're eating at quality restaurants, or I won't say fast food joints, but eating at quality places. B, addressing our negative thoughts of expression and allowing ourselves to give room for positive expressions. If we don't know how to do that, seeking help through reading books and seeking therapy to help us change our thoughts. C, using sex appropriately, and in my opinion, using it within the bounds of marriage. So all these things that we do, seeking self-pleasure, cancel that. Seeking pleasure through our screens, cancel that out. Seeking intimacy with partners who we are not committed to, seeking intimacy with partners who do not want to engage with us in that type of way, cut that out. I'll leave it at that. D, taking time to exercise your body as much as you exercise your mind. E, being out in nature, unplugging, disconnecting, and shutting everything down and making yourself stimulated at the normal level. So I hope this particular series, this particular subject has helped you and that it will bless you in the future if it hasn't immediately. I would love to hear your thoughts about what we have discussed here, and I would love to build a community where we can exchange ideas, we can exchange the things that we're the challenges that we're experiencing, and help each other and motivate each other and celebrate each other when we eventually overcome these challenges, overcome these fears, and begin our journey to becoming successful individuals. That's all for today, and until next time, stay blessed. And remember, if you can breathe, if you woke up this morning and you can move your legs, you can move your arms, you can say hello to the people who are around you, you are blessed abundantly. Okay, that's it from me. Bye. See you next time.